Rain pours relentlessly as Ethan Cole steps out of the cab, the welcome home banner sagging like a cruel joke. After 6 years overseas, he expects warmth, maybe tears, but the air feels hollow. His limp is more than physical. It's the weight of years spent holding onto a picture of home that no longer exists. In his hand, the folded American flag trembles, a reminder of brothers lost. The letter addressed to his wife, Rachel, feels suddenly absurd. A soldier's promise of return to a family that might not be waiting. The silence greets him like a stranger. Inside, the house echoes with emptiness. Every corner mocks him with its absence, no toys scattered across the floor, no laughter echoing down the hall. Dust coats the furniture, and the scent of lavender clings faintly to the air like a ghost. On the kitchen counter lies a cruel monument, a stack of unopened letters, all written in his handwriting. Each one is a cry from a man trying to stay connected across oceans. And every sealed envelope is proof that connection died long before he came home. The realization starts to hollow him out from within. When Mara Jensen appears at the doorway, her hesitant eyes confirm what his heart already fears. Rachel is gone, left 3 years ago, taking their son, Liam, with her. The world tilts. Ethan stands motionless, clutching the flag as if it's the only piece of his past left. "I'm home now," he says quietly, but it's more a plea than a statement. That night, the soldier lies on the floor of an empty house, surrounded by the hum of the refrigerator and the ghostly echoes of a life he no longer belongs to. Ethan Cole's past is stitched together with medals and scars. Once a decorated soldier, he believed enlisting would bring his family security and pride. But 6 years of war rewired something deep within him. Now, every sudden sound drags him back to foreign deserts. Every reflection in a window startles him. The tremor in his hand betrays the calm exterior he tries to maintain. Though his discharge papers say honorable, he feels anything but whole. His sense of duty cost him the simple life he once dreamed of, bedtime stories with his son, Sunday breakfasts with Rachel, peace. Rachel's presence lingers only through fading photographs and broken voicemail fragments. Her laughter caught between static and distance. In the beginning, she waited faithfully, her letters filled with warmth and hope. But over time, his replies grew colder, shorter, swallowed by the chaos of war. The distance turned into resentment, and love eroded into silence. Mara Jensen, his neighbor, understands that silence too well. A nurse and widow, she lost her husband to the same invisible wounds Ethan carries. She tends her garden as if coaxing life from grief, offering Ethan small acts of kindness he can't yet accept. The town greets Ethan with wary admiration. At the local diner, conversations hush when he walks in. To them, he's a hero, a man who fought for freedom. But to himself, he's a ghost wearing a uniform of memories. He sits alone, tracing the rim of his coffee cup, trying to pretend he belongs. His home is quiet, his world static, haunted by the absence of laughter and the fear of what finding Rachel and Liam might reveal. Every night he tells himself he'll search for them, but the truth terrifies him. What if they've already moved on? While cleaning the attic, Ethan sifts through boxes of dusty memories. Rachel's handwriting on old labels, Liam's forgotten drawings, remnants of a life that feels like someone else's. Then he finds it, an envelope tucked beneath a floorboard, yellowed and fragile. The sight of Rachel's name in her looping script stops his breath. With trembling hands, he opens it, expecting love, longing, maybe anger. Instead, one line cuts through him like a blade. "If you ever come home, don't look for us. It's too late." The words echo in his head, hollowing him out, leaving nothing but raw disbelief. The letter slips from his hands as something inside him fractures. Years of buried guilt surge to the surface, every missed call, every promise broken by distance. He slams his fist into the wall, the sound shattering the silence. Plaster rains down like snow as he sinks to his knees, shaking, gasping. All the composure he's maintained crumbles. The soldier's discipline is gone. He screams, not in rage, but in unbearable loss. Why didn't she wait? Why didn't he do more? The house absorbs his grief like a witness, the walls echoing with a pain too long restrained. Mara, startled by the noise, rushes in and finds Ethan surrounded by wreckage, both physical and emotional. She doesn't comfort him with soft words or pity. Instead, she meets his eyes and asks the question no one else would dare. Did you really come back for them? Or for forgiveness? Her honesty cuts deeper than the letter. For the first time, Ethan faces the truth. His search isn't just for Rachel and Liam, but for redemption. Wiping the blood from his knuckles, he makes his choice. He will find them, no matter the cost, even if it destroys him. Ethan's search begins with hope, but quickly turns into a maze of half-truths and dead ends. Old friends avoid his calls. Neighbors offer sympathetic shrugs. Some whisper that Rachel remarried. Others murmur she might be gone entirely. Each lead feels like another betrayal, another reminder of how long he's been absent. Haunted by sleepless nights, he begins to see flashes of his deployment. The moment his closest friend threw himself on a grenade to save him. The guilt that followed, the reason he stayed away longer than he should have. At Mara's quiet insistence, he reluctantly starts therapy, confronting ghosts he's long ignored. Mara becomes his anchor amid the chaos. Together, they mend the house, replacing broken boards, repainting walls, repairing what's been neglected for years. Each nail-driven feels like a piece of him being rebuilt. Their companionship grows through shared silences and soft laughter over morning coffee. She never pushes, never judges, only listens. Slowly, Ethan learns to breathe again, but the past refuses to release him. One afternoon, a manila envelope arrives from the county courthouse. Inside is the truth he's dreaded. Rachel filed for divorce years ago, citing emotional abandonment. His son, Liam, is now 15, almost grown. Determined yet terrified, Ethan drives to Liam's school, parking across the street as the bell rings. He watches his boy emerge, taller, older, a stranger in his own son's skin. Liam laughs with friends, unaware of the man watching from the car. The ache in Ethan's chest becomes unbearable. Then he sees her, Rachel, radiant yet unreachable, placing a gentle hand on their son's shoulder. When her eyes meet his, recognition flickers, then hardens. Without a word, she turns away, walking Liam toward their car. Ethan remains frozen, the engine idling, his second chance dissolving into silence and rain. Ethan finally gathers the courage to face Rachel. They meet in the soft light of her front porch, where the smell of fresh paint and children's laughter spill faintly from inside. The confrontation isn't loud. It's quiet, brittle, and years overdue. Ethan's voice trembles as he apologizes, his words breaking between guilt and longing. Rachel listens, arms crossed, eyes tired. You think you left to protect us, she says softly. But you left us long before you left the country. Her words strike deeper than any wound he's carried. The truth isn't in her anger. It's in her exhaustion. Then comes the revelation that unravels everything Ethan believed. Rachel steps inside and returns with a small box filled with unopened envelopes, each one marked return to sender. I wrote every month, she whispers. They said you were gone. The sight of his own name stamped in red feels like a cruel twist of fate. The military's clerical error, a simple mistake, had erased years of connection, turning love into silence. Both realize they've lived in parallel grief, each believing the other had given up. The tragedy wasn't betrayal. but miscommunication that turned time itself into a thief. Ethan's legs weaken as the weight of understanding crashes down. For years he carried guilt like armor, believing his absence had destroyed everything. Now he knows the truth, yet it changes nothing. Rachel no longer hates him. She simply no longer belongs to him. Her life has moved forward. A new husband, stability, laughter that doesn't echo with pain. She looks at him one last time, eyes filled with complicated mercy. "You can forgive yourself now," she says quietly. Ethan nods, too broken to speak, and turns away. This time, when he leaves, it's for good and for peace. In the quiet aftermath of loss, Ethan discovers a new kind of purpose. Instead of drowning in what can't be changed, he begins volunteering at a local veteran support center. There, among other soldiers haunted by silence, he finds belonging again. He listens to their stories, helps them navigate the painful road back to ordinary life. The same road he once stumbled down alone. The act of service becomes his therapy. Every conversation, every shared tear, reminds him that healing isn't about erasing the past, but transforming it. For the first time, Ethan's pain feels useful, even redemptive. Mara watches Ethan's transformation quietly, inspired yet uneasy. His progress forces her to confront her own buried guilt over her late husband's suicide, the questions she never stopped asking herself. Together, they begin to rebuild, not as lovers seeking escape, but as two souls learning how to live again. Their bond is made of shared silence, morning coffee, and honest confessions about grief. When Ethan helps repair her broken garden fence, she smiles for the first time in years. They are no longer trapped by their losses. Instead, they stand side by side, choosing to grow beyond them. At home, Ethan rebuilds his porch, one board at a time, each nail a quiet promise to keep moving forward. He plants a small tree in the front yard, a living symbol of renewal. One afternoon, as the sun dips low, a familiar figure appears, Liam. Taller now, cautious but curious, he lingers by the gate. "I heard you're helping soldiers," he says, his voice uncertain but kind. Ethan doesn't push, doesn't reach, just smiles, nodding. There's no embrace, no grand reunion, only a fragile beginning. And for Ethan, that small moment, that seed of connection, is enough. The sun dips low, casting a warm, amber glow across the rebuilt porch. Ethan sits quietly, the soft creak of the wood beneath him now a comforting sound instead of a reminder of what was broken. In the yard, Mara laughs softly as she tends to the garden, and Liam helps her water the new sapling. Their voices float through the air, gentle, human, alive. For the first time in years, Ethan doesn't feel like a visitor in his own life. The house breathes again. It isn't filled with ghosts anymore. It's filled with something far rarer, peace. As he watches them, Ethan's thoughts turn inward, his voice soft and steady, carrying through the fading light. "You can't go back to the life you lost," he reflects, "but you can build something that remembers it, without living in its shadow." The words come not as regret, but as understanding. Every scar, every loss, every sleepless night has brought him to this moment of clarity. Redemption, he realizes, isn't about undoing the past. It's about learning to stand beside it. The pain that once defined him now shapes him into something gentler, something whole. The camera slowly pulls back, revealing the quiet beauty of the scene. The evening wind stirs the trees, carrying whispers of laughter and leaves. The sapling in the yard bends slightly with the breeze, fragile, yet alive. A symbol of everything Ethan has learned to nurture within himself. The light softens, painting the sky in shades of gold and violet. Ethan leans back, eyes closing, a faint smile on his lips. The world is still imperfect, still healing, but it's enough. The screen fades to black, leaving behind silence, not emptiness, but peace earned through survival. Fade out.